EMS responders from across the state are on the Grand Strand this week learning about a pediatric emergency medicine program. Joining us live now, Christopher Suprun is here from the Never Forget Foundation to explain why. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So we are talking about first responders being here. What are they learning about this week on the Grand Strand?
Well, any pediatric patient from newborn up to 18, and what we know is that accomplishes about 5 to 20% of the total population of EMS calls. We know that children are much different than adults in how their physiology works, so we're trying to practice as best we can on high-risk, low-frequency events, and we're lucky enough to have an emergency medical services for children program here in South Carolina that is proactive to try and create not only a program that covers the width and breadth of pediatric emergencies, but we're actually making instructors out of the students in the class so that they can take their experience back to Grand Strand, the upstate and Midlands, Low Country. We've got a class that will not only work this week, but hopefully in future years as well.
Fantastic. This is actually put on by the Never Forget Foundation, and you are the director of the course. Talk to me about the foundation and the purpose.
The foundation is a 501c3 put together a few years ago, and we did it to try and help educate high school kids about 9/11 because they had a limited experience and how to overcome adversity and challenge. And in doing that, we found that our background was in emergency response. We should also take these opportunities to make sure we're getting our providers that are already in the community and in the field experience with students and pediatric patients as well.
And you're talking about basic skills for EMS responders in responding to emergencies with kids, but also we're talking about school shootings as well. How does this all tie in?
Absolutely. When you talk about assessing a pediatric patient, you're going to assess them whether they're a medical patient, a traumatic patient. We're going to incorporate disaster and children's situations. So that's Hurricane Katrina, that's school shootings, that's a situation we had at Wesleyan University with the overdose. We work on abuse situations in recognition. Like we had, I think, last night in Columbia, where we had a situation that was luckily recognized and hopefully being dealt with.
And of course, we just had that school shooting just a couple of weeks ago in our state capitol. And talk to me about why you are so informed on school shootings. You really have a lot of background on this.
Post 9/11, we had, of course, the Washington area snipers, and I was in that area as a SWAT medic then, and was developing school shooting response plans then, and have kind of watched as that's occurred over the years. Since Columbine, most people don't know, there's been several hundred school shooting events, and they don't all get to make the news. Some are much smaller, but we study these, we try and find out better ways to respond and make sure we can hopefully prevent them, but when we have to take care of our little sick kids, we do as best we can.
Yeah, God forbid something happens like a Hurricane Katrina or something like that in our area, but at least our first responders locally would be ready, right? That's the point of this?
That's the point, to get prepared today and fix the roof before it rains.
I like that. Thank you so much, Chris, for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, our pleasure.